Watching this guy do this and watching what has changed in him, I mean, that's what I notice. So now, what if they say no? Guess what? They almost always say no. At first. Average sale in the US is made on the 5th closing. So that means just an average sale, someone's going to say no 4 times before they say yes. Now, think about it. And the good news is, the first no and usually the second one are more of just a habitual thing. When's the last time you walked into this, let's say like the department store or something, you want to buy a shirt, you know what you want to buy. The salesperson says, can I help you find anything? What's the answer?
No.
Nope, just look. No, you're not. You know exactly. So there's the first one, you know, and oftentimes the second one as well. After that though, then you're starting to get some signals. And it might be that you haven't built enough value and you haven't met that emotional need, or you haven't even identified an emotional need, whatever it is. So the good news, again, getting past another is a real simple process. Looks like I'm losing a few of these, so I'm going to do this. When someone says no, the first thing, there's a whole formula behind this, and there's lots of them out there. You guys have been in sales for a long time. You kind of try to boil it down. First thing you want to do when someone says no is acknowledge it. Let them know that you hear them and that you understand why they might feel the way they do. Not why they're saying no, but why they might, why they could have that feeling, where they could have that. You know what? It's red. I can understand why you might like red. Or it's too expensive. I can understand why you might feel it. It's not like you're right. That's not what it means. Big difference. Next, you want to clarify and understand why they're saying no. Too expensive. Understand why you might think that. So, is it just the whole cost too much, or is it monthly investment that's too much, or what's really holding you back? Maybe it's just a down payment. What is it? This kills a couple of birds with one stone. That lets you, first of all, know what's really holding you back, so you don't have to guess. And second of all, it lets them know that you care and that you really mean it. If you just start going in, it's too expensive, and you just go back, oh, it's not, that one's going to cost you this, and you're going to try to answer it that way. And all they cared about was that I can't make a down payment for 20 days, and then I want it. Well, you probably missed something that was there that would have been pretty easy to figure out. So, clarify and understand it. And then next, isolate. This is the stuff that gets left out a lot, because it's kind of a little bit harder to do it, so sometimes it can be a little more uncomfortable if you practice and think about it. Okay, so you can't make the down payment for 20 days. Besides that, is there anything else that's holding you back? Well, as a matter of fact, it can't be read. Okay, well, besides the down payment and it can't be read, is there anything else that's holding you back? No, I think that's it. Well, whatever. It's a pretty key step in the process for a bunch of reasons. First of all, big thing is it saves you time. If you're not careful and you don't do this step, you can get into a big loop where you answer one question or one concern, and then you're going to do another one, and you're going to keep going. They still can do this. They still will do this. But at least, find out. And again, you're being more open and you're getting the answer. And then finally, or not finally, the next step is answering. So here's where you use those benefits. Maybe my thing is too expensive. Well, some other clients felt the same way. What they found out was that after they used the products for a while, it saved them so much money they couldn't even understand why they didn't. I don't want to lose the travelers. That's just kind of, that's other customers who felt the same way. What they found out though after using this service, this free service, was that when they really gave them peace of mind, they didn't have to worry about things going on. So we've answered it. Now the last piece, which goes along with the answer, one thing I should have on the same page, you want to do it. You want to ask them, ask for the order. So we've made that transition. I don't know about those books. I use Audible. Okay, well, I understand why you might be hesitant. Now, I have lots of clients who've been with me for years who kind of felt the same way. And what they found was that being able to get a recommendation and be able to take it right off the shelf and have it, not have to wait for it or whatever, it was so valuable that being really much more effective in their learning. Makes sense to get started right now and get that going, what you think? Ask the question. And you know what? Occasionally, somehow, after you've been through all this work, they're going to say no again. It happens. Hard to believe, it happens. So what are you going to do when they say no again? Cry. You not cry? Okay, that's good. And after you get your tears out, what do you do?
Repeat those steps.
Start over. Average sales made on fifth. If I say no 3 times, and I get through and I get, what if I say no 5 times? You're going to quit then?
No, because that's only an average. You might need 6 or 7.
Okay, who wants to be average? So that's what I always, my goal was always to get to at least 8, because I didn't want to be average.
No.
Now, when you ask that question though, you don't want to ask the same one over and over. Then it's not going to work. And then it's going to sound pretty salesy. So what do you have to do then? You have to spend some time to develop more than one closing question. You're practicing.
One other thing I always think about with sales is not to take it personally also. When you're getting to this, get past no, no matter how many times you might get rejected or the one or other person might have some sort of reason for not wanting to buy at that particular time, that not to take it to heart and go, it's not you, it's them. You know,
Because you're exactly right. It's not, it's
you know,
almost never personal.
almost never. Yeah.
I mean, it might be.
It might be, at some point, yeah.
It might not. Yeah, who knows?
But you gotta try to keep the separation personal.
Don't take it personally, even if
Right.
it is meant to be personal.
Right.
Kind of another.
Yeah.
And this was a little bit earlier, but what about a delayed closing? So one thing I've done 3 times is done the product presentation and then said, something around, can you go back and discuss internally with your team and I'll reach out to you again in a week.
You can do that. I mean, you can, sure. It depends on what your model is and what's, and if that's part of the process that has to happen, you have to. I prefer to at least ask them to move forward first. Instead of saying, why don't you go back and ask your team, so why don't we get things started?
What's the sales process?
Well, I wouldn't ask that, I'd say, let's go ahead and get started. And then they'll say either, okay, or they'll say, no, I need to take it back to the team. Then you can get it back. Then you can work through the process and find out.
Carl, I gotta leave, but thanks, man.
Awesome.
Very informative.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thanks.
See you Friday.
Okay, look forward to it. And then, real quick, when you're, and you kind of might have heard me do it when you're answering these things, feel, felt, found, just kind of a technique that makes things easier to kind of, to make this process move into a third-party piece. So the way it works is when you get the understanding. So I certainly understand why you might be a little bit hesitant about putting something, skeptical about putting something on your arm that's going to have the nutrition in it. You know, and I've lots of clients who felt exactly the same way that you do. What they found is that after they used it for a week, they were bouncing off the walls with energy. I can understand why you might be skeptical about taking a probiotic every night before you go to bed. Lots of other customers felt the same way. Now what they found though was when they did take it, everything changed. felt better, they had more energy, slept better at night. Understand why you might be a little skeptical about something. When I'm saying something that's gonna make you look and feel younger. You know what? Lots of my guys felt the same way. What they found was, after you used it for a while, they looked at the mirror and they recognized themselves. See where it's going? See how easy it is? Practice one. When you first try to do it, it's hard to do it. What that does, now there's a couple of different things that come from this that are really powerful in this. You're acknowledging their feeling of, because it's legitimate. The reason in their mind it's legitimate why they're not moving forward, and you're acknowledging it. You're also taking it away from you. Now it's not me, the salesperson, telling you why you should do it. Now it's a third party who's validating what we're doing, and they had this experience, and you can have that same experience. Very powerful difference. We talk about us, or we talk about what someone else has experienced, it makes a huge difference. What they found is this. Make sense? We throw it out there just for fun. We're getting late at once. You don't want to try it? Michael? Sir? I think that those 2 points are just too much. 2 points are too much.
Yeah, it could be.
You know, at this point in the mortgage situation, it's all calculable. You know, it's built for me. The report, I mean, we're going more and more away from specific point selling, but the 2 points may be too high. So then let's look at, you know, what do you want for an ultimate payment?
I'm just trying to just go through the basic.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I feel
I
about
see
those
what
2
you're saying.
points.
Yeah. I get it. I'm struggling to apply this to
Okay.
what I would.
Okay, no.
I apologize.
I can, no, right, which, right, a lot of it's.
I mean, I get
very strict, you know,
exactly where
okay,
you're going
so-
and the feeling and the building of the rapport, and it's, in my sales, it's always back to what's your actual goal? Are we achieving the goal? And how can we bring it
So,
back?
okay, so now I can understand why you might feel that the cost is too much for the loan.
Right.
You know what? A lot of other customers feel exactly the same way you do. And what they found is that this process, it's all automated. It doesn't change. It's the same. It's just part of the deal. It's the way it works. Or, you know, and then it's an example that someone not in business tries to make up for the business. But it's everywhere. It works the same way. Make sense? My last one is Zig Ziglar. He's my favorite. I brought him up a number of times. Mississippi Bill, may you rest in peace. So many of my favorite sayings come from this guy. Really the biggest change in my life. The sales process and business. He's written a number of great books. You can't recommend that. We've changed the world. So I started out selling pots and pans for Salad Master. Turned into one of the most amazing motivational speakers. If you ever get a chance on YouTube, pick up some of his old videos. They're fantastic. So, just ended on kind of my last little piece here. This is a real basic, kind of hopefully informational and helpful, although very introductory to what we're doing. So, do you need more help? So, the question is, Jordan Spieth, Michael Jordan, Lindsey Vonn, I don't care, any professional athlete, what do they all have in common? Trainer, coach. How about any entertainer who's very high in coaches? Bring that, because that's what I do. And I want to offer everyone here just thank you for coming. A complimentary session. We can sit down, we'll spend an hour or so, kind of a little more in depth, and seeing what you're doing and see if there's any ways we can help with what we might be able to do and maybe get you on the right track. So that said, I'm going to end it with a couple of door prizes. So if you would give me your registration forms, I hope you fill those out. I should ask you. I think that's the blue one. If you'd like to fill out the yellow one, the evaluation, I'd love that too. The blue one, I'm gonna use that to give away the, Tamara need to give you.
She stole mine.
No,
Man, it's not hers. I don't need two at home.
Well, you guys are filling those out, I'll tell you what we got here. So. I showed you Tina's. What's on the game?
That's worth it just for the bottle. I don't even know
Exactly.
what's in it, but it's so cool.
Dawn at Talking Books Plus donated a tape. Jack
What book is it?
Canfield,
Jack Canfield? Which one is it?
Maximum Confidence.
I love buying books.
Go to the
Couple of
top
real books. Zig Ziglar, Selling 101.
Z?
My parent doctor donated. It's a consultation, he does ART therapy, so, and consultation, exams and all that stuff, and then on the first session. And then I've got 2 free 1-month coaching. So, not very many people in here, so almost everybody's gonna win. Okay, so let's give away the balsamic. So. 3. Brianna went out. Great Amy.
Oh, wow.
Yay.
If not, you can just order the ice cream or fruit or.
And now all these people who gave them, and especially Tina and Dawn who are here, I certainly encourage you to go talk to them more. Dawn has the coolest store in the world. See, check it out. It really is, it's changed my life.
And he has doggies in it.
Yep, dogs and cats.
Dogs, cats, turtles.
Turtles, right? Turtles.
What is the name of the store?
Talking Books Plus.
Talking
He has a membership plan where you can go in and, that's what I do. I pay an annual fee, which is almost nothing. And then when I just go and rent them, and then when I'm done, I go get a new one, just trade it out. It's kind of like Audible, but I don't have to, I can go and say, Don, that's the best one. So, Ken, okay, so now, Don, it's your turn to pick one.
Yes. I don't think I can do it, okay? That'd be silly. All right, I'll go in the middle here. Not me, is it?
Kip.
Hey.
There you go.
Okay, so next one, couple of Zig Ziglar books. Okay, I have someone pick Scott.
Big.
Zig Zig.
Keep this row going, so I'll pick your own.
Okay, pick one. Okay,
Zolfo,
Dolly, Jelly and a dolphin.
next row.
I think we need someone on this side.
Okay. So for Eric, he's down in Lone Tree.
Somebody say, where's that?
Where's that?
I did.
Michael McGill.
Ooh, this side of the room?
That side.
That's okay, the best ones are gonna be on this
That's
side.
right.
Right, everybody change sheet. Seats.
And finally,
I'm a winner, just got the coach.
Tammy.
Hey.
And Heather.
It's gonna be on the side. Thank you.
and with that said, thank you all for coming out.
Thank you.
I hope you'll fill out the evaluation, and I'd like to hear your honest feedback as we get finished too. Thank you.
guess I should have said.
I knew something wonderful was about to happen.
There you go.
Visualize it, you guys.
Why, me
Meeting
or
to call
her?
you, both of you.
And-
So we
and
were
Heather?
talking about a get
Right,
together.
we were, and
So
Heather's here, so let's plan
I
that out.
have Hurricane Grill cards where you
Okay.
get one entree, get one entree free. And then you see some of those coupons too out there. So if getting to the house is just too overwhelming,
It's not,
buy one, get one.
it's not about the food, I'm all about the company. and
Oh,
the
and
food.
you can-
That's
And-
exactly
and the
it.
We are
time.
taking
So,
donations for the.
I don't mind cooking, I don't
Victory
mind
Outreach
eating out,
Band,
it
we
could
check
be
out.
chili, so.
So if you didn't bring cash, you
What does that say about chili? That's not your favorite.
No, absolutely.
A couple weeks ago, I guess it was about a couple months ago.
Exactly, doesn't
We
matter.
had one of her good friends who's like into Chanel, and Coach, and Prada, $1 million mansion, she's in a very good bank. And so she's just all in this. So that's it. And we ended up at some really happened dinner. Food wasn't good. Company was okay, but we're like, oh, we all got in the car, I'm hungry. We ended up at Frankie's. So it doesn't matter where you eat, it's about the company.
Yes, that is so true. That would be awesome.
Go get those 3 right now and you get it coordinated.
What's that shoe for your kids?
Nice to meet you. Live video or
But I can take
Sour
take a shot at the budget. My specialty is like condensed
Yeah, so you can work with tech companies. Because a lot of the, when you see on their sites, it's either animated or it's. Yeah, desktop is a pretty cool title. And then you just record your,
capitation. Thank you very much for the process of the software and things like that.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you?
That you can use. So. Okay, so what I would love to.
I'll be happy to.
Yeah.
You know. I live out in South I work on the west side of town. I have a large client who I work for.
So,
Yes, I am.
I do have something to that,
No, I do capture it. As an editor, I condense it. As a producer, I take the information that my client has and create a rough draft of the script. So before we do any shooting, we have
so I work with demo experts. For example, one is very demo, so one way to look at use the same browser.
Right, here's how to do the same thing, same login. Right. So I'm searching how to use the browser. Right. Quite confusing to the
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'd be happy to take.
And I'm in the same position. Lots of businesses don't start when they want.
Exactly, that's why my wife thought this was a good time to do this.
We don't, for example, we've been in business for 5 years and we don't have a plan.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you get from day to day?
And make it understandable to
Going through the sidewalks, you've gone through the side, wood shops.
Amanda.
Almost about,
What is that? It's that personal development, personal growth, series of workshops. Side work, what's that? It's called Slice
Basically, there's about 5 or 6, there's 3 of us, seminars. Generally tier up, right? So you start with the very best.
Yeah, well, they said I asked, well, why don't you ask the other come with us? So, because I introduced them.
How long are you doing this?
One's
TLD, which is the one.
and it was the lady from Columbus, because we're living in the fourth area.
And they have a final.
And so, I
It's
knew
the
my
first
next.
group.
I've done all the things except the final one.
Well,
Just starting.
it was obviously.
I'll get to personal growth, personal development.
Yeah.
So, that's how that happens. She's like, future,
Exactly.
Great.
Yes, 7 days, 9 days.
yeah, one of my closest, that's the one you're.
Just finished that last week. And that's
It's very similar.
really.
Well, tomorrow is
Yeah, I spent
I'm gonna practice this thing tonight.
I mean, that's why.
Experience.
What is it called here? Why do I do
So there's no risk of.
Congratulations on the good way to end this warrior warrior meeting.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna start tomorrow. So I've actually gone, off my animal program, so now I'm gonna
Very much so. Tapping into.
Yeah, I'm starting. Yeah,
Big
okay.
energy.
Yeah, I'll have to make sure I know.
you are, like the more decision making, so.
Yeah, it sounds like.
And don't do anything else, right? Yeah, take a look.
I was talking to
Stay up all the other stuff. Just-
What were you taking to?
No, I mean, just multivitamin,
Really kind of
vitamin
lit my fire in terms of.
calcium. Right.
And you can if you want to.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is that you should stay away from like.
So I've compared side.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Comparison.
Exercises with closing, with elevator speeches, and like doing the group for the goal of like, hey, we have this thing, let's do, like, let's do together, let's do this, and I think it would really well.
Okay.
So
So
I
Jane
talked about it this
suggested
morning,
that
I'm gonna try some.
if I want to order it, I order it first.
Or it's like, it's really hard, you have to like have all these disparate messages versus if you're a kid, you make sure it's right, and you have a bunch of people who are all trying to send us a message, so we're all together, I'm getting the right messaging, the right elevator speech, the right stuff.
Cool,
And
Brian,
then
can I talk to you?
you've been able to touch a lot more people.
How's it coming about? Yeah, I know.
All right.
Started seeing startups using God.
There's no competition in the sense that, okay, well, we all need to know the same thing, we all have very different networks, right? So let's get together, let's learn those things, let's start
People are
practicing.
using it as a
And
part
my
of
sister
it,
and I were trying to
input output.
you get all this great information, you don't actually have to apply it and get the background. So I don't know about you, but I'm like, oh, yeah, I get that.
Oh, yeah.
I was saying before he even started.
Love to stop connecting with that. Yeah, we will.
I want to give you
But the easy thing.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I used to do too, and now working with Carl, I've been able to change it. And it makes a huge shifts in how the conversation goes that I'm still really.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Right, so I'm not feeling
Specialize in helping
like
people.
push this on people, but I feel like I'm actually asking for the sale and getting them to a decision versus just like reading it out.
I was talking to you about,
That part,
it's part of my demo.
if you tell someone, oh yeah, like, I'll call you in a week, well, then they've lost their emotional attachment, they've lost in the moment feeling about that they wanted to do this and why. So you have to go back and remind them of all those things, what is, do the call in the moment.
What's the? So would it be?
So I'm like, well,
So
let's go ahead
in
and
your
get you
case,
signed up
with
right now.
two screens,
Let me
like
grab my laptop.
this is the
What's your
buyer's.
information? What do you want to do? Do you want to do investments? Do you want to do?
Split.
I'll see
We're going to give them retail options, right? Do you want to be an ambassador? Do you want to do some prices? Or are you looking to start out? Okay. Like, let's go. And then I just get my laptop out, we walk through, we start Right, you're like, I didn't focus on that other stuff. I am.
The models are a little trickier, right? Because there's,
Also,
you know, they're-
I was just, before getting out here, I was putting out some kind of flyer. I sent.
Yeah, something, at least do something where we communicate it.
Not every.
It makes sense.
similar.
Yeah, and, they're on order, I launched our website today, so I was.
Well, so far I'm still working on it.
Yeah, me too. But it is a passion. I always kind of wonder which
So he says, why don't you just get what you need, right, like
It's work that I
absolutely,
put
like,
my
they,
effort in.
what
Putting
you
a
do
lot of
for
hours,
your customer, and they give you, my plan is that I took that
Of course,
first
what
and
we
have
don't have
it.
to have is pick it up.
And then we're gonna sign up the people, like, they're gonna. Right, so that's. But if they do
So, what I'm doing,
Yeah, I mean, that's what you have to do is help them. It's like, okay, well,
and it needs to be early May.
Today I just did, I need a website.
Second one, we're gonna pay.
Tell me when you're finding the
May, I'm having no
website,
idea.
and I can't make business cards on that website.
right, so I got you both.
I was like, simple today.
So like
Yeah,
the first one,
Everything else is
That's what they said.
I'll use, because Legal Shield, do any of that stuff?
Well,
So May 8th, yep, 14th, 15th, 13th.
Carl, thank you so much.
I don't know, it's kind of crazy.
Alright, I'm gonna take off.
Yeah, we gotta get, we have a longer drive and we gotta go see our dog, because I didn't. Stay in touch.
Yeah.
I'll let you know if we can get some. Okay. What I told Carl is that if we can plan for a couple hours,
You're on Colorado Venus and Butte, aren't you? No. You aren't? It's a very plexus-specific to Colorado page. Oh, awesome. Yeah, and it's all like events that are going on. And you can the question and answer specific to.
No, all I have is Steve and Angie and Mary Ann, and that's it.
All right, I will add you. I'll add you right now.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
910 West 25th. Peggy and Hug, thank you.
910.
And, yes, I will be setting
Oops,
some
I'm
stuff up with you. I
typing
just need a little
6910
help.
for West.
But yes, I desperately need some help. Sounds good.
Goodbye,
But
good
if
to
you're
see
tired,
you.
you see Eugene.
You've been traveling.
It's crazy, like how much is taken out
Goodbye,
of me.
good
I
to
think
see
this
you.
is going
I'll
all
hopefully see you all next
weekend.
Wednesday.
And now that I'm
Nah.
home, a couple of
No,
people
no,
said the
no.
same
You haven't
thing.
been there in like
Yeah.
I go every, I go every
Well,
obviously.
Well, you missed
Because I
last
go
week
Thursday.
and this
I was just yawning.
Yes,
Not
Thursday is
I'm not
my
that tired.
group, so you need to do Thursday, you come in, you fight.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm mostly promoting the other business. I was telling her that I met with Carl last week and
No,
it
no,
was,
no.
he said, you know, when
I
you talk
do
about
feel like I
lectures,
need to work
it's
more
great,
on
but when you talk about your own business, your face lights up and you get really passionate and he goes,
But
I think you should focus on that and still self-conscious on the side, but, you know,
So, yeah,
he said it's too hard to focus on just one.
it was good.
So, yes, so I'm gonna more focus on my
I'm
other
charming and
one,
beautiful. Doesn't
which
cost me more.
is probably better at any
Yeah,
network,
for me.
because.
Okay, for you.
As far as
Yeah.
like one third.
So Bill's gonna just post it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right over there.
Nice to meet you. And how do you
Yes.
know?
Yes, I
Um,
did, you don't work that in.
How I think was I
Good to see
completed
you
a
guys.
90-day course with PLE,
Good night. Yes.
and yes, basically we just
But,
kind
you know,
Okay.
besides that, it's all good.
of 90-day course. And I volunteered staff for the course, but I took it a couple years ago.
I'll be interested to hear more detail on that later.
Okay.
Details I was,
Because I didn't do that
I
myself.
helped set up.
I'm
things like that.
simply-
Yes.
Thank you.
That was good.
Yay.